Good morning, students. In the previous topic, we can learn about the different type of protection systems and the zone protection systems. Today's topic is the protections of the trip circuits or the trip circuit of the protection systems and the classifications of relay. So basically, we in the previous topic, we can discuss about the protections, and we can see that the how the trip signals will be given to the relays and the isolations of the systems. So this trip circuit, how it's work, and what is the basic diagram. But the learn about the trip circuit, the first one is we can see that the what is the desirable quality of the protection systems. So basically, the every protection system which isolate a faulty element must be satisfied the four basic requirements. The first one is the reliability, the next one is the selectivity, then after the fitness of the operation, and the last one is the discriminations. So first one is the reliability. What is the reliability? The reliability is the qualitative term. It can be expressed as the probability of the failure. It means that the quality of the personnel, that is the mistake by the panel personnel, are mostly like the cause of the failure. It means that the reliability is the high contact pressures and the dust free enclosures. The next one is the selectivity, the property by which only the faulty element of the system is isolated and remaining healthy sections are left intact. It means that the left the power system. The selectivity is absolute if the protection responds only to the fault within its own zone, and the relative if it is operated by the grading the setting of the protections of several zones. It means that we can say that the selectivity of the relay means the ability of the relay to operate from the signal of the minimum magnitude. It means that the selectivity of the relay is indicated by the voltage ampere requirement to open it. Suppose if I consider that the relay 1 is required the 2 volt ampere to operate, while the second relay requires the 5 volt ampere to operate the relay, then the sensitivity of the relay 1 is more than of the other. It means second relay. The next one is the fatness operations. It means that the protective relay are required to quick acting due to the following reason. Critical cleaning time should not be exceeded. Electrical apparatus may be damaged if they are made to carry fault current from the long time. And the last one is resistant fault will lower the voltage, result in growing and overloading of the industrial devices. And the last one is discriminations. It means that the protection must be sufficient sensitive to operate the relay under the minimum fault conditions, and in case of the transformer, the entrance of the magnetizing current may be comparable to the fault current, being 5 to 7 times the full load current. Now the trip circuit, you can see that this one is the basic trip circuit diagram. So now you can see the figure bus bar is connected with the circuit breaker, and the another contact is connected with the main systems, and this system is connected with the CD is the current transformer, and this one is connected with the relay coil is connected with the trip coil, and trip coil is connected with the circuit breaker is open or closed, and this one is operate of the battery. So now basic arrangement you can see that in the figures. This one is the single line diagram. Now the CT or the PT, the what is the function to monitor and give the accurate feedback about the healthiness of the systems of the primary voltage and current. Now next one is the what is the functions of the relay coil, here to convert the signal from the monitoring device and give the instructions to open a circuit under the faulty condition. The next one is the circuit breakers to break the circuit carrying the fault current, and the TC battery to give the power sources to the circuit breaker of the trip coil. So here basically the protective relay work as a sensitive device. If the sensor or the PTNCD sense the current at that time, what happen, the positions and the faulty conditions, it gives the trip command to the circuit breaker, and the circuit breaker after taking the command from the protective relay disconnect the faulty element by clearing the fault fast with the help of the fast acting protective relay and associated the circuit breaker. The damage to the parts is reduced. It means that this circuit is work is if the basically the trip coil and the circuit breaker of the initial conditions is closed. Now if the fault is occurs at that time, the current is infinite. It means that the current of the cities will be changed. When the city's current is out of the ratio, the relay coil will be get a signals, and this relay coil is given to the trip coil. It means that relay coil is energized and the plunges of the trip contact will be close of the circuit. When the trip coil contactor is closed, the battery will be connected, and this battery is energized of the trip coil, and the trip coil is also open the circuit breaker plunges. This one is the basic trip circuit connections. Now the basic relay classifications. The actuating quantity is normally in the electrical signals. Sometimes the actuating quantities may be pressure and the temperatures. The protective relay can be classified as according to the functions in the protection scheme, the nature of actuating quantities, connections of the sensing elements, and the last one is the according to the method by which relay act upon the circuit breaker. So basically there are broadly classified in the two categories, electromagnetic relay and the static relay. A relay in which measurement or the comparisons of the electrical quantities are done in the static network. The output signal operate a trip device which may be electronic or electromagnetic systems. The static relay are classified according to the types of the measuring unit or the comparators. The electronic relays, transducer, rectifier, bridge relay, transmitter relay, Hall effect relay, and Gauss effect relay. So we can study about the two types, static and the magnetic systems of the relay. Now the relay operations, you can see here the two different type of relays. The first one is the single pole double throw, it means the static relay, and the another one is the electronic relay, it means is the magnetic type of relay. You can see here the single pole double throw, generally the common connections of the no contact, it means the close the contact system in the generally circuit or this static relay is connected in the system. The one negative terminal is connected with the common and the positive terminal is used for to contact the normal close connections. When the fault is occur at that time, the normally open conditions will be energized and the plungers of the common connections is go to the normal open system. This one is the basic functions diagram of static relay. Now how the basic functions of the electromagnetic relays, you can see the first figure, the supply is connected with the coil and this one is effect of the secondary side parts of the switch. It means that you can deeply see that in the figures, below figures, the coil terminal, you can see that the coil terminal is the input terminal and the fixed is normally open connected and the fixed is normally close connected. This one is three connections and the last one is the common is connected from the output terminals. You can see that basically when in the normal condition system at that time the release is open, it means the normally closed systems, you can see here the normally closed system. But when the fault will be occur in the input terminal, at that time the at that time coil of the relay is energized and the core will be work as a temporary magnet and this one is moving of the plunger normally close to normally open system and circuit will be open. And when the fault is clear at that time, the temporary magnet work as a normal and the plunger wheel is shifted by the normally open to the normally closed using of the repulsions of the spring. So this one is the basic difference of the static protections relay or the static relay and the electromagnetic relay. So now today we can learn about the classifications of relay, the basic trip circuits. I hope so you can understand of this topic. If any doubt of this topic, you can contact me. The number is given on your screen, and if any questions about this topic, you can also send me the mail of your questions. The mail ID is also given in your screen. Thank you.